Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Bridge. And happy Thanksgiving to any American viewers out there. I'm playing in the BBO's free day-long tournament for November 28th. Which is a match point event of, I assume, 8 boards, although I haven't checked. Yes, 8. Okay, let's get started. We have 14 points, an easy 1 heart bid. I guess the Flannery players out there are... I don't know. Obviously, if you were playing Flannery, you would open this 2 diamonds and you would feel very smug, but like it's not a hard hand to bid, especially in 3rd seat. I don't know. I had a partner who really wanted to play Flannery, and I made her stop. It's just like the 2 diamond bid is too valuable. Yes, okay. What's the deal with Flannery? Flannery is a bid that some partnerships agree to play where if you have 5 hearts and 4 spades and a minimum opening hand, like 12 to 15 or whatever range you agree, you open with two diamonds, showing that. The argument is that if you open a heart and partner bids 1 no trump, forcing, well, you can't really reverse into 2 spades because your hand's not good enough, but you don't want to rebid hearts, you don't want to rebid a minor with only 3. You can't pass because 1 no is forcing, you're just kind of stuck. But, like rebidding a minor after a heart 1 no with 3 is pretty common these days. People agree that that's a normal thing to do if you have a 5-3-3-2 pattern. You just bid your 3-card minor. The only time that it really is kind of awkward and that it would be nice to play Flannery... I mean, it would be nice to play Flannery anytime you have a Flannery hand, of course. The problem is that, that means you don't get to bid 2 diamonds on other hands. And I don't think it's worth it to dedicate the bid to that. But when I'm 4-5-2-2, I do feel like, boy, I kind of wish I were playing Flannery. Except when you're playing on BBO with a robot, you can just disrespect them by passing their forcing 1 no trump or whatever. Here we're in 3rd seat, so even with a human, I could pass 1 no if I wanted. And with a 3-card minor, it's not too bad to rebid. So really, only if you're specifically 4-5-2-2 and partner's unpassed, and you have exactly 13 or 14 points, in those situations, I wish you could play Flannery. But anyway, whatever. Let's just get on with our lives and double here. Partner bids 3 clubs. Fine. I'm not going to raise anymore. Ooh. What a hit. So I imagine some percentage of the BBO field is going to bid 2 spades here, which is a terrible bid. It shows a much stronger hand than you have. And one of the reasons it's a bad bid is that it shows more than you have. The other is you might miss clubs if partner has a hand like this, right? I bet another substantial percentage of the BBO field is going to win the ace of clubs and return a club to draw trump. And that's a disastrous play because you miss out on all your lovely diamond roughs. So we're going to play ace of clubs, ace of diamonds, diamond rough, ace of hearts, heart rough, diamond rough, heart rough, club, probably. But yeah, get those roughs. West's 2 hearts is surely a diamond raise, yeah? Okay. Okay, yeah, I don't think there's too much to think about here. Except maybe how high we rough the 3rd heart or something. I guess there's also, we could run out of clubs and have trouble setting up the spades. Yeah, maybe you're not supposed to... Oh, the king, huh? So if you play a club here, and the clubs are 3-1, it goes club, club, diamond, which you have to rough. And now when you lead spades, they can win it and play another diamond, perhaps, which you have to pitch a spade on. But they'll be out of diamonds at that point, so it's probably okay. The alternative is to just attack spades here. concede the opponent their 2 club tricks, even if the clubs happen to be divided 1-1. Right. The idea of leading trump would be, if the remaining clubs are 1-1, then you can get rid of both of their clubs for just one of yours, and then you can attack spades. But if clubs are, if the remaining clubs are 2-0, i.e. they started 3-1, that would be potentially bad. It's interesting. I mean, we should think a little bit more about the layout, right? What are the clubs 2-2? We may be able to just figure that out, or at least have a good guess. Since East played the King of Hearts on the 3rd heart, we're pretty sure East had 3 hearts and West had 4. I wasn't really paying attention to the diamond tricks, whether any of them showed any honors. But all we know about clubs is that East led the Jack and West played low. If I had to guess, East probably is leading the Jack from a singleton. Maybe? Well, does that make sense? Because then he would have one club, 3 hearts. I guess an important question is, does East have 6 diamonds or just 5? If East has 6 diamonds, then his shape would seem to be what? 3 hearts, a club, 6, 3 spades. So spades would be 3-3 in that case, which makes sense. If East had only 5 diamonds, he would probably have 4 spades, and so I think you would be doubling a heart rather than bidding 2 diamonds here. No, because you have a stiff club. You might balance a spade, but also you might not. Also, what do we know about honors? East had the King of Hearts. Some okay, but probably not amazing diamonds. Jack of clubs. King, king, jack. Probably West has the ace of spades. It's like ace 3rd, jack 4th, king, queen, X. No, not king, queen, X of diamonds. What am I talking about? King, queen, X of clubs. Leaving something like the jack of diamonds. That all feels about right. Yeah, so I think it's pretty likely that West has both of the outstanding clubs. And I should just play a spade to the jack. Okay. Spade to the king would have maybe been a little safer. Diamonds were 6-3. I'm getting everything wrong, huh? Doesn't matter. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it matters. I'm making an over trick still, but maybe I could have made more. No. Okay. Or, wait, I lost track. Were the clubs splitting? They weren't. Yeah, West did. I mean, you gotta admit, I got West's hand pretty close, right? I gave him the ace of spades instead of the queen of spades and jack of diamonds. 3-4, 3-3. Okay. But, I mean, the one thing about... I mean, I guess it mattered, A, to conclude that West probably didn't... The clubs were not breaking evenly, and so I should attack spades. But it also is important to actually get the spades right, which I did not. Fortunately, East hopped, so it didn't matter. All right, 16. We are happy to hear partner has a game for us. I'm not so happy to hear that he's banging on about clubs. Shut up about the clubs already, man. Okay. So something like 6 clubs and 3 diamonds and short spades. 2 or fewer. Probably not even 2. Because I think you would rather rebid 3 spades with 2 than 4 diamonds with 3. Leaving room for no trump or for us to find a decent 6-2 spade fit. I mean, hearts look like a real problem. I'm not that excited about slam because of my doubleton heart. Right, like partner isn't short in hearts either. But we still could have a slam. I have substantial extras. And partner could have substantial extras as well. And 4 diamonds is forward going. So I think I owe at least 4 spades. Oh, he doesn't know what 4 spades means. Come on, man. It's so obviously a Q-bid. He knows 4 hearts is a Q-bid. He thinks 4 spades is just like, no thanks, let's not play diamonds. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I'm sure 4-no is key card, of course. 5 clubs is a Q, which, like, it just doesn't make sense to agree that 5 clubs denies a spade Q if 4 spades doesn't show a spade Q. It's stupid. So I'm kind of stuck here due to the system we're playing. I'm not enthusiastic about slam, but I want to keep the options open. And I can't really do that. So I think we just have to, like, grit our teeth and bid 4-no here. Hope partner has a heart control. Or we could bid 5 diamonds and give up. Or not give up, but I mean, it is basically giving up, right? Because partner wouldn't know I have any extras. We could lie and queue clubs, but I don't think that would go. Well, actually, since partner's short in spades, he might not mind. Let's try that. That at least is sort of close to showing my hand. And hopefully it won't matter that I'm showing a club control when I don't really have one. Partner probably has ace clubs anyway, right? Forcing to 5 hearts? This is a slam force? Oh my god, the system is so bad. Alright. So if I bid 4-no, how well can I handle partner's responses? 5 clubs would show no controls. 5 diamonds would show 1, which would be just low enough that we could stop. And 5 hearts would show 2, which would be enough that slam wouldn't be awful unless we're off 2 caching hearts, which hopefully we're not, but you never know. I mean, that's why we need some way to Q-bid here. It's so stupid that... Well, I mean, I could lie. If we're going to force to slam... If we're going to just assume we have a heart control anyway, why not lie and tell the opponents we have one? Sure. Okay, partner's not interested. That's good news. I think that means we can stop here. Partner doesn't have enough extras to continue over. It's weird though, right? 4 diamonds was interested in slam. 4 hearts was the best news you could have hoped to hear, I would think. And then you signed off and said, nah, never mind. Huh. All right. Well, slam looks pretty good, but not guaranteed, I think. If diamonds are 3-2. We can easily make 6. Draw a trump. Club to the king. Right? Whenever they win their ace, that's fine. I'll just get back to dummy with the ace of hearts and pitch a heart and a spade on a club. But what if the diamonds aren't 3-2? I guess I still want to do pretty much the same thing, don't I? Just draw 3 rounds of trump and then play a club to the king. Yeah, and I might as well ruff 1 spade, right? I think that's true. Unless spades are 6-1, and then I would regret it. But I guess if spades are 6-1, I probably want to ruff 1 anyway. I don't know. They usually aren't. Obviously rough with the 7 instead of the 4, just in case. Like there's some rare universes where like West has 6 spades, but also has the jack and 10 of diamonds. Right? You don't want to allow an easy over rough. This is the kind of play that like almost never helps, but it's strictly better than roughing low. And so like be on the lookout for that. There's lots of plays where they're very small percent to ever do anything, but they have 0 cost. So you might as well like make sure you find them and make them. Okay, looks like we are making 6. Which, I mean, I feel like with 4 hearts I did as much as I could. I could have just punted slam. Also, by the way, like, not necessarily a guaranteed 6. If they'd led a heart, we would have had a different issue. So maybe we do great because I bid hearts? I doubt it. This is probably a below average score. Because, like, well, I guess 3-0 probably scores worse, but no, it's above average. Okay. So how does it look on a heart lead? Oops, that's a diamond. On a heart lead, you obviously might as well play the ace and then try to get rid of your hearts on spades, right? And then I'm thinking like you might try 2 rounds of diamonds and then a club? I don't know. Or you might try roughing a spade? Roughing a heart? Like, what if you rough a heart and then play a club? They kind of have to win it. I don't know. I mean, I don't think this should make 6. It says it does. So you play a heart, roughed, and a low club, or maybe high is even better. They're both fine. So East kind of has to win this. And what actually presents you a problem? I'm not sure. Okay, anyway, whatever. So apparently you can always make 6 diamonds. This is 16 points. We'll bid 1 no. Okay, I guess you guys can have this one. And West has both majors and East likes hearts. It would be nice to draw trump, but I don't think it's a good idea because like I don't have much going in spades. They can just set up the spades. I don't know. I guess I'll play diamonds. It seems natural. I don't know. Apparently it's not very good here. Oh, should have led hearts, apparently. Wow. They're going to get some beautiful cross ruff going. Partner ruffed the diamond, huh? I had 4. Partner had 2. Dummy had 1. Or... yeah. So Claire has 6 diamonds, no spades. Well, I mean, I guess there's really nothing to do but put a diamond through here. Okay, Declare does have the queen of hearts. I should be getting a decent number of spade tricks here, huh? I'm not sure how many, but heart tricks, heart tricks, heart tricks. I'm very bad at saying the names of suits. I don't really know why. When I want to say one, I just say the other quite a lot of the time. I mean, we went plus here. That doesn't feel like it was very good. I guess when I cashed the ace of clubs, that was a mistake. I should have played low. Gibbs says it doesn't matter. I dropped partner's king, giving Declare the queen of clubs. But I guess if I had done it the other way, Declare could have recovered the trick somehow. Club... oh, right. Declare ruffed with the ace of hearts. Declare could have ruffed low if I'd let a low club. Well, a middling result. I don't know. It doesn't feel like anything I did was very great here. But it says a diamond was necessary to beat it and the heart wouldn't have, so interesting. Okay. I mean, yeah, with the cross ruff runs dry eventually because they just don't have enough hearts. And so by leading a heart, I give up one of my heart tricks for no particular purpose. Okay. 14 points here. All red, this is a little bit scary to come in. If you do, like, you have to double. And partner may take you too seriously in hearts. You could easily go minus 200, which is pretty much always a disaster. But if you let the opponents just get a quiet plus 110... in 2 spades, it's not going to score so well. You usually want to compete, push your opponents to the 3 level if you can, and when you're the one shortened their suit, it's kind of on you to do it because partner won't be able to. I'm also strong, so like if anyone's acting, it's me. If I had 4 hearts, I think I would very comfortably double. Having only 3 makes it a lot less pleasant. But I think you just have to go for it. Okay. Well, hope it doesn't go too badly. How badly has it gone? It doesn't look very good. Yeah, like I don't have any tricks. This is awful. I don't disagree with partner's bid. Passing 2 spades doubled would have been very dangerous. 3 hearts is also dangerous, but like you got to do something. And at least 3 hearts, there's a chance the opponents will bid again. Yeah, I mean this result is definitely on me. I don't think it's a bad bid, but I had another choice. Partner didn't. I think what I did was right, but there were other options. I don't know, I'm just going to screw around for a while and see what happens. Really? A low spade? Maybe ace really does have the king. Under roughing because you have so many trumps, huh? Ace did have the king. All right, well, the good news is we didn't go minus 200. The bad news is we went minus 300. Oh, no, and the king of hearts was singleton. I wasn't even paying attention to that. Did I actually even find that out? Yeah, when East led a heart, West didn't follow, and I wasn't really paying attention. So could have done a little better there. But I don't think it's right to play the ace. Just happens to work. 69%! All right, well, I took all responsibility back when I thought it was a bad board, and it's a good one, so I definitely deserve all the credit. I guess people are doubling and getting into even worse spots, or is someone bidding 3 diamonds? Yuck. I didn't even mention that because it's so bad. It's very committal. Like, yes, your diamonds are better than your hearts, but a double lets you get all 3 suits across. And even though, like, yeah, one is better than the other, there are 3 ways. Like, if partner has support for any of those suits, you can at least find a decent contract. Committing to just one of them is an error, because it's not worth committing to diamonds. And as it happens, West would absolutely murder you. Okay, I'll be interested to see what people are doing on this board. Are they going down more than 3, or are they in a different contract? I guess one option I didn't mention, or I think even consider, is you could bid 2-no with the south hand, which I believe Gibb plays as natural, balanced, stronger than this, and more balanced than this, but it wouldn't be crazy. I guess we can bid 2 hearts here. Yeah, it's a game force. I would rather have better hearts, but these are fine. Okay. I'll go quietly, I guess. No real need to bid anymore. Very lovely spades, partner. So obviously the idea is to establish spades, win some diamonds and clubs, and, you know, the opponents will start working on hearts as soon as they realize what's going on, but hopefully it'll be too late. However, an interesting point in this deal is the spade suit. This is one that I'm sure features in a Bridgemaster hand. More than one, probably. And one that I think the first time I saw all these many decades ago, I did get wrong as a teenager? Probably I was in my early 20s when I did Bridgemaster for the first time. This spade suit, how should you play it to maximize your chances of getting 5 tricks? You want to finesse for the queen, obviously. Playing the ace and then king would be a clear error. And I don't think many people would make that error. But a lot of, beginner to intermediate players, let's say, will get the spade suit wrong, just as I did when I was, like I say, 20. If you're going to finesse against the queen, it's often a good idea, like you have the ace and king in that case, right? It's often a good idea to cash the ace first and then finesse, because that way you succeed anytime the queen is onside and whenever it's singleton offside, right? You improve your chances. Whereas if you just finesse, and you lose to a singleton offside queen, you'll lose a trick when you didn't have to if you had cashed the ace first. And that's something beginners learn pretty early. The thing is that you can't just apply that logic and say you should always do it anytime you're finessing against a queen. Because you could have... I guess you could call this entry problems. It's not quite entry problems, but... Suppose that you cash the ace of spades, and then you finesse low to the jack. The problem is, if West has the queen fourth, you can't then finesse again. Or fifth, let's say. So, by cashing the ace of spades, you allow yourself to pick up the singleton queen of spades offside, but you give up on queen fourth of spades onside, which is much more likely. The queen is much more likely to be in a hand with four spades than in a hand with one spade, is one way you can explain why that is more likely. The other ways you could just count. Like, how many hands are there where East has a singleton queen of spades? How many ways could the spade suit split such that East's holding is the singleton queen? One. There's only one way that can happen. How many ways could West have queen fourth? Well, the way basically you count how many ways the spots can be distributed. If West has queen fourth, East has two small. How many ways are there for East to have two small when there are, 5 small ones? Well, there are 5 ways to choose the first and 4 ways to choose the second. But you've double counted because, 5-2 is the same as 2-5, for example. So you have to divide the result by 2. So there are 10 ways for East to have two small and only one way for East to have stiff queen. So cashing the ace gains you a trick only 10% as often as it costs you a trick. Now, there is, the 9 of spades is an important card here. If Dummy's 6 were the 9, everything I said would be 100% true. Since the 6 isn't the 9, and the opponents have the 9, I think there is some weird, maybe the 9 matters somehow, because, what if West has queen 9 fifth? Then, I don't know, I guess that's the same as queen fifth, isn't it? I don't know. Doesn't seem like it matters very much. I think you play low on this first trick, don't you? Anyway, that's the spade suit. That's why it's definitely correct to play low to the 10 first rather than cashing the ace first. But what do we do in diamonds? Most of the time, we'll take 4 diamonds if and only if the suit is 3-3. But since West has led the suit, it's probably not 3-3. And there is some chance that if, we have good enough spots that we could actually take 4 tricks even though the suit isn't 3-3 in some situations if we guess it right. For example, we could play the 9 right now. And if West led low from Jack 10 fourth, we would be taking 4 diamonds. Or we could play low, and if West had Jack 8 or Jack or 10, 4 cards headed by the Jack 8 or the 10-8, then East would be forced to play the other honor, and we could finesse West for his honor next time we lead diamonds. Or maybe East has Jack 10 doubleton, in which case we could play the ace and then the king and then the queen, and the 9 would be a winner. So there's a few ways you could play diamonds. And you do have to sort of decide before you play to this trick what you're going to do in diamonds. I think... but restricted choice tells us West is more likely to have... Well, you don't even need restricted choice, I guess. It's just probability. West is more likely to have honor 8 fourth than to have honor 4th. Because 10-8 and Jack 8 are 2 ways to have honor 8 fourth. Whereas there's only one way to have honor fourth, which is to have honor fourth, right? So playing low here picks up the suit more often, if you'll always get the suit right in the future. But if you might misguess the suit in the future, it might be right to play the 9 here. Because that way you at least like guaranteed get a trick if you're right. And there's no way you could cost yourself more tricks later. Whereas if you play the 7 losing to the 10, say, and you later play low to the 9, you might lose to the jack, and then even though the suit was 3-3, you're still not taking 4 tricks. So I don't think playing the 7 is actually a very safe idea. I think you should just play for the jack. Play for West to have jack 10 fourth. Because if in that case you'll actually get the extra trick, whereas if you play low and you're right, you still might not get the extra trick. Also, I think West is more likely to lead a diamond from jack 10 fourth than from honor 8 fourth. Not hugely more likely, but a little. So we're going to play the 9, and probably East will play the 10 or something, and it'll be like, oh well. Got away with it. That's a result. Okay. Nice. So, yeah, no reason not to play a diamond here. Oh, and the 7 wouldn't have worked. Oh, boy. What a lucky boy I am. And the 9 has appeared, so there's not any other thinking to do about the heart suit. Great. And the queen is on side. Oh, my goodness. Looks like I'm likely to make 5 here. Excuse me? East has all 6 clubs? I could have just put the 7 in, man. East has all 6 clubs. Huh. Okay. Well, spades might be 5-1 after all, I guess. Nope. All right, I mean, not much to do. I'm going to lose 2 tricks here at some point. Huh. Well. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not right for East to split with the queen of clubs when I lead low from the dummy, because what are the odds I'm going to put in the 7, right? And sometimes you can afford to do this because, like, you know your honors are good enough that they're... But, like, dummy had 4 clubs, all of them bigger than the 4-3-2, so East does actually need to play low on the first one and hope I don't figure it out. Because if East splits and I cover... Then next time I'm back in dummy, I can lead a club again. Split, cover, and then later I can lose a club, setting up dummy's last club. Now, as it happens, on this particular deal, that wouldn't do me any good, because then I'd still lose 3 tricks. 2 hearts and a club. But East can't know that the club isn't any good for me. So playing high has some serious risk, and playing low has basically no cost. But turns out I could have made 6. Well, 81. Yeah, I mean, I expect... Frankly, I expected better than 81. Because we're in a good contract. I got the diamonds right in a way I suspect most of the field wouldn't. I got the spades right in a way I suspect at least some of the field will get wrong. I don't know. Maybe people are in 6 spades or something and they happen to make it somehow? Does that work? Doesn't seem likely. Yeah, maybe just more people than I thought would get this right. Although, I don't know. Maybe if you play it by north, East is going to lead a club and that gives away the suit? Like a low club lead? No, you would lead the queen, surely, right? I don't know. I can't explain. I don't think that many people should get this right. Maybe it goes diamond to the 7-8 ace, and you can finesse diamonds twice, but West, like, it's dangerous to do so, but maybe West is splitting, and so you get it right. But you don't even really have the entries to do that. I don't know. It's a mystery. I spend more time in these videos not playing, not actually playing cards, just thinking about things, which is, of course, how Bridge is played. But even about things that aren't really influencing the current hand, like, oh, what did the other tables do? I wonder. And talking about, like, spade suit and isolation and so on. I don't know. I hope you guys don't mind the ruminating. I think that, it comes from an interest in understanding bridge, right? In always being curious about what other, finding lots of shiny objects, I guess, right? There's always something interesting in any bridge hand. Well, most of them. It's pretty rare you get a hand that nothing interesting happens on, either in the auction or the play. And, I could think about some of those things for ages. And here on the BBO Daylongs, I have all the time in the world. I don't have to, play at the pace for another player. I obviously, if I'm not speaking my thoughts out loud, I can think them faster. But some of the stuff I was thinking about on these last couple boards, I just wouldn't have time to think through all of it at the table. You can take a few minutes off on occasion to think about something, but you can't do it like every hand the way I do here in these videos. If I weren't doing these on camera, I would get through 8 hands with just robots in like 15 minutes, not an hour and a half. Because most of the decisions I don't need to think through that much or explain what I was thinking. Anyway, what am I doing here? We're in like 3. I mean, I have a good hand, good shape. I don't like no trump. I think I can bid 3 diamonds here. I don't know if partner understands that. Like, if this is game forcing, maybe it's not a great bid. Partner doesn't seem to think it is game forcing, so I will bid it. Great. I love this result. I mean, obviously, the minors are our only real problem, right? You could, for example, pitch a club on the ace of hearts, draw trump, and, rough your last spade and dummy if it turns out the spades are breaking very badly, and just lose a couple clubs. So you're not going to lose any spades or any hearts. How do you minimize your losses in the minors? Well, if the opponents, didn't have any initiative at all and just let you do whatever you wanted, you could draw trump and then pitch dummies clubs on your spades, and then rough your clubs and lose none of them. In real life, however, that seems pretty unlikely. When you try to draw trump, they'll attack clubs. So you could try cashing spades first, pitching clubs, while all the trump are out there. And if the outstanding spades are 3-3, you can get rid of one of your clubs before you even touch trumps. And even if they're 4-2, they might be roughing your spade with a diamond winner while you throw away a club loser, and you would still profit. So I think that's a reasonable thing you could do. I'm not sure yet whether it's the best or not. I think the first thing we should do is try some heart finesse. Because if we can get the heart suit right, we can pitch 2 clubs on dummy's hearts and have only 1 left in hand. And then we probably just would draw trump. I don't know whether it's better to put in the queen or the 10. Either way, if we guess right, we can pitch pitch 2 clubs on hearts. I think all things considered, you're generally speaking, it's, well, a good player, generally speaking, is more interested in leading a suit they have the king in than a suit they have the jack in, because it's more likely to set up some tricks. However, the robots are very risk averse. They love passive leads because of the way that they think. A lead of a suit in which you have the king could give up a trick. Usually that's more likely to happen than leading a suit in which you have a jack, because you just like, your side might not have any tricks there anyway. And the robots worry more, I think, about giving away tricks than about making sure they're leading the right thing to gain tempo. So I kind of think West is a little bit unlikely to have the king, given the West is a robot. Beginners are also afraid of leading away from kings for, I guess, a similar reason. So I read a book, one piece of advice I read in a book of like 52 pieces of advice for Declare back when I was, again, in my early 20s, I think. Actually, it might have been a calendar, 365 tips. I don't remember. Maybe it was a calendar with 52 tips. I don't know. Was that like bad players lead away from jacks, good players lead away from kings, is like a rule of thumb you could use based on what you think of your lefty. I still don't totally understand the robots, but I think West is more likely to have the jack. So let's put in the 10. Too bad. So now that hasn't worked, we can't pitch 2 clubs, which means going after spades to try to pitch clubs from dummy is probably a good idea. Don't worry about it. On the other hand, I don't know. I'm actually a little bit low on trumps to do all that. Like, I have 9, which is a lot. But if I play spade, spade, heart, heart rough, spade, I'm starting to run a little low of trumps in both hands. I don't know. It's probably okay. The 10 is kind of scary there. I don't know. I think I'm just going to lead diamonds. Maybe I'm a wimp. East jumps on the ace and puts a club through, of course. Well done, you. And now, like, of course, having led the spades is a bad thing for me, because it increased the chances that, like, West could lead a spade and give East a rough or something, but that hasn't happened. Okay, well, we still have to lose one more diamond. And it turns out if we had led a third spade, West would be roughing with potentially a trump winner. So maybe it would have worked out? I think so. If I had at this point continued with the ace of spades. No, wait, not at that point. At this point, continued with a heart and then a spade. Yeah, that would be an over trick. It's too bad. Of course, I would have to also get the diamonds right for that to work. I would have to like play a low one from hand, which is a little scary. Although I guess West would be roughing with the queen. So when I pitch a club, I actually have King Jack 10. Okay, so maybe it would have worked. Maybe it wouldn't have needed any genius level guessing. I'm not sure if I like wimped out there or if I made a rational readjustment of my plan. One of those two things happened, then I'm not sure which. I had no sense competing the 3 level here when we have 3 of their diamonds in a balanced hand. Especially all red. So, Declare has the King of Hearts. We could play the ace here. But Declare's going to get the king anyway. And something to consider is... our side is going to win 1 heart trick. Who do I want it to be? Who do I want to win it? I think it should be partner, right? Because I hate leading. On the other hand, I guess, partner's not going to be too keen to lead either. So maybe we should just make sure we win the heart trick at a time when I can comfortably exit a heart. Does partner have a black ace, I wonder? Because the raise to 2 hearts on only Queen Jack of Hearts and presumably nothing in diamonds because of West Overcall. Like, I guess partner's short in diamonds and so probably isn't upgrading his hand in consideration of that. Like if partner really had 6 or more high card points, which is what 2 hearts allegedly shows, total points. Total points in Gibbs parlance includes points, virtual points awarded for shortness, right? So being short in diamonds would count as some values there. If partner really had 6 or more high card points, we would say they definitely have to have a black ace. But partner might well just have the Queen Jack of Hearts and short diamonds and no aces. In which case, it's just going to be miserable to lead, right? Like when I get in with the Queen of Diamonds after Declare guesses the suit wrong, which I guess may or may not happen. I can probably return a heart, but not for sure. I don't know. I think I just have to get out with the heart while I can and see if Declare is brave enough to get the diamonds right. He is. Okay, well that's 1 fewer time I have to lead, I guess. Partner played the 4 and then 6 of spades, which allegedly is showing disinterest in the suit. So Declare has probably got the ace. And I think I believe partner on that. Like I don't put 100% faith in Gibbs signaling, but I think they sort of give attitude sometimes. Yeah. Okay, stiff ace. Did you really split with the 9 of clubs, partner, you sicko? Not split, rise, I guess would be... Cover's the word. It's just... It's the kind of play a robot would make, and so I'm not, like, shocked, but it is so embarrassing that he thinks that's a good idea. Like, Declare is not going to finesse you for the 9. He doesn't know you have it. But I know that's not how the robots think. I'm surprised we did so well here. Like, are people overbidding? Probably. Probably there are people competing to 3 clubs here, 3 hearts here or something. Terrible bid. Doubling is also pretty bad, but maybe less so. And I don't see how you could take fewer than 2 tricks in 3 diamonds. So it's not about our defense being especially good. I guess if you won the ace and switched the king of spades? No, that doesn't even matter. So it must be that we were just in a better contract on the field because we passed 3 diamonds. That was the decision I made that board that mattered. Everything else didn't. Or wasn't a decision at all. Not happy with how this is going. Nice hand, though. Wow. I mean, I think we draw 2 rounds of trump, then play ace, king of hearts, ruff a heart. I guess if hearts are 4-1 and diamonds are 4-1, that could be worse than drawing just 1 round of trump. No, I think even then it doesn't really help you to draw just 1 because you can't get back to hand to ruff the heart after. Okay. I guess you could. You could win the second round of trump in hand. So I'm worrying, like, what if both red suits are 4-1? We play 2 rounds of diamonds, heart to the king, but they ruff. And then they draw the last trump, so you can't ruff a heart and dummy. You could try to prevent that by drawing only 1 trump. Then play ace, king of hearts, heart, ruff. And if they ruff the second heart, they can't actually draw all of your trumps. So you might still be able to ruff a heart and dummy. So if hearts are 3-2, it doesn't matter which line you follow. So you should assume hearts are 4-1. If hearts are 4-1 and diamonds are 3-2, you should definitely draw 2 rounds so that the player long in diamonds has to be the one ruffing. You can't have someone short in diamonds ruff, which would be a problem. If both red suits are 4-1, I think it's better to play only 1 round of trump. But it's more likely that hearts are 3-2 than that they're 4-1. So I think you do draw 2 rounds. Okay, they are 4-1. And so are the hearts. Well, it's not great news. Because now we can't ruff a heart. But East is out of trumps, right? We've played 3 rounds of the trump suit, 2 by me and 1 by them, and East has ruffed once after starting with 4. Yeah, okay. So we have to concede a heart here. And at the end, we'll concede a club, or maybe we'll concede it now. Okay, so, I mean, making 3 is nice. I'm pretty sure I could have made 4 if I had read things correctly and played just 1 round of trump. I don't think it's correct, but it does work. Gibb says it doesn't work. You actually have to lead a club now. Or a spade to establish a hand re-entry to ruff another heart, maybe? How does a spade work? West, I see. West can't win because then he can't draw trump. So let's say it goes like that and East plays a trump. Yeah, we are... Trump is correct. Now we play Ace of Hearts, or do we play... Yeah, we must. No. It really is about setting up the spades. Okay, I mean, come on. Nobody's finding that play. You have to read things beautifully. Jack. And if East plays low, West can't draw trump. Now, if East plays high, you're crashing, you're dropping the queen of spades, I think. Pitch a club here? No. Pitch a heart? Sure, since you're not establishing the hearts anyway in this line? This is so weird. Yeah, I'm never finding the line to make an over trick there, apparently. We got a 30 on that one. People are rebidding hearts and doing better, maybe? Actually, does it make... How many hearts does it make? Makes 3, so... Okay. So maybe we're losing some 140s? Okay. Interesting. Well, I mean, a decent result. Nothing like groundbreaking, but 62 is... Call it 63 is fine. And a couple pretty good boards and nothing disastrous. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.